What is up, guys? NYKia31 here, Madden 19. As you can see, I haven't gotten that far on this. It's been a few weeks since my Bears won, as far as playing through all these playbooks. I just haven't been playing a lot, you know, and, well, there are multiple reasons for that, but anyhow, I'm just going to bang out these as quickly as I can. As many as I can. If I don't get to a lot, I don't get to a lot. If I do, I do, and that's going to be pretty much it. And really what you're going to see here in this little exercise that I haven't done since, well, the last time I did this was, what, Madden 17? Is, with all these playbooks, you're going to run out of things to run in a hurry. There's a reason why when you play online, people play out of a couple formations and they do multiple hot routing out of the formations that they run. There's just not a lot of stuff that you can use. I know people like to give online and comp players a hard time, but you know, they're not doing what they do for their health. They're trying to find stuff that works and maximize what works. And if there were more base formations and base plays that worked, you wouldn't have as much as that. But that's the way the game is. But anyway, just a little review of how I do this insane, venture of mine. Going through every playbook in the game and running them mostly stock to see which ones are the most functional. Playing mostly stock. I mean, who cares? If you're not playing in a Madden Bowl this weekend, why are you playing caring about wins and losses at this point in the year? If you're still playing, why not just find weird stuff to do? But what I'm doing is I'm not looking to see which playbooks are the best from a meta or comp perspective. I'm looking to just go around and see which playbooks are best as far as having close to real life schematic resemblance to how teams play or how a given offensive scheme is run. Which playbooks have the most plays that are functional from a route concept and run concept point of view, route spacing, route timing, blocking, things of that nature. Plays that are schematically correct. And my own personal house rule when I'm doing this is I don't do much of any hot routing. The only hot routing I do would be to make sure that I have proper pass protection or to correct a route spacing issue or to add a concept to a formation. Well, not really add a concept, but create a concept in a formation that I feel needs to be in there, like sail concepts, for example. Some formations don't have any at all. Or sideline flood concepts. Things of that nature. But I'm not going to do a whole lot of completely transforming a play into something else. And, that's going to be a challenging way to play because, like I said, you're going to find out, even in the playbooks that are the best of the lot, you're going to run out of things to run pretty quickly. I thought a couple of years ago they did a good job of updating the playbooks a little bit as far as updating receiver splits and adding some new plays here and there. Not a complete overhaul like I would have liked, but they did a decent job of updating some things. This year, not really that good in that area. Not a lot has changed as far as updating playbooks, and you still have a lot of legacy route running issues where you have plenty of occasions where defenders who are running backwards can run faster than receivers running into their routes or getting into their routes, which kills a lot of pass concepts. You can't really run things like double moves. There's a lot of spacing concepts, horizontal spacing concepts that don't get going because of a combination of spacing, how receivers get off the line of scrimmage, and also in a video game where you have powerful user movement plus a view of the entire field, they're going to be concepts that just don't translate as they would in real life to a game because of that. Because again, you can see everything, and your user defender can get to a lot, and that's going to vary depending on how skilled the user defender you're playing is. Like a quick hitting wide receiver screen is still going to be pretty difficult to do against a user because a user can see the play fake if it's tied to a play fake, and they can do a wide variety of things to foul up the timing of that play, like putting guys into hard flats on the defensive line that your blockers won't recognize, and things like that. All hitch plays, quick little hitch plays, not going to be very effective against a lot of users because again they can see them coming, they're not spaced well, and they develop slowly. Stick concepts, things of that nature, aren't going to be as effective as they would be as far as a quick hitting play. Those are the kind of things that you have to negotiate around. Shotgun runs, not a whole heck of a lot of shotgun formations where you can run in both directions or run both inside and outside zone, stuff like that. In spite of all that, overall, as far as the Bengals playbook is concerned, I had a pretty good time running this sucker. It's got a lot of things going for it. You see here I'm in shotgun tight flex, one of the more powerful formations in the game. It's got a nice shotgun spread feel to it, which is not surprising. Andy Dalton was a college spread QB, and really Andy Dalton is a pretty decent athlete. They have quite a bit of zone read game in this sucker. Andy Dalton is a guy who in college had a 500-yard rushing season. Andy Dalton ran for something like 1,600 yards and 20 rushing touchdowns in his college career. He's basically the new age Alex Smith in that regard, the baseline for average QB play, and a better athlete than you would think that he is. As you see me run the zone read game there and get Steve Young popped. But you have some nice shotgun spread concepts here that are usable. You see me here in the Trey wide flex, going to run some inside zone there since there's no one sitting in the A gap, and just pop Christian McCaffrey there. And you can run play action, crossers, levels, sail, things like that, dagger out of that set. You have single back here, deuce close, where you have your wham, your HB split. You have bench, play action, X cross. You have tight end angle. You got a good gun bunch set. You have a very nice single back, doubles, and single back wide trip set that you'll see a little bit later. Good shotgun wide trips and doubles and HB. Well, doubles weak set, I should say. Trips Y offset as well. Got a nice empty set as far as empty sets go. Not too bad. You can run, your verts, wide receiver screen, stick, wide corner, smash. This guy kind of made my life pretty easy. He was pretty much either in 3-3-5, odd, cover 3. He was in that zone blitz where both the outside backers blitz, but he likes to put those guys into coverage and also playing some cover 2. Running empty smash here. And again, just reading the corners, reading high to low. He's playing hard flat. I have 3 wide open receivers. Hard flat to the outside, so you just hit the corner there. You guys know that smash is one of my pet concepts in real life and also in the game. Smash is one of those things that always translates pretty well in the video game. You can get a good, consistent high-load read most of the time. One of the better stock concepts in the game as far as being able to run reliably and make a good, clean read. And most plays like that, most of the plays like that you can run stock well are ones that you can get sideline high-lows on as opposed to middle-of-the-field ones. Again, by nature of how the game is designed, when you're playing against a user defender, you got to be careful. So with that being the case, it's usually safer to test high-low on the sideline as opposed to the middle of the field. I just wish there was more of those route concepts in the game to do that with. You don't have a whole heck of a lot of pull concepts in the game, out streak combo to the sideline, or deep comeback, slot streak combo. You don't have too many Ohio concepts in the game, slot out, outside streak combo, stuff like that. More concepts like that would be really helpful. And here's an example of what I mean. Some stick concepts are better than others, but none of them are that great. That's a 2x2 stick concept, and you saw there, reading that option route hitch quick out, the user was able to get to that and still dang near get to the quick slant coming from the opposite direction. Concepts like stick and quick slant are among the safest, quickest reads that you can make. Stick is basically a snap throw. 1 to 2 step drop, tight end reads a leverage, either sits or runs away from leverage, and you deliver the ball. Quick slant, same way. You read the buzzing and hook defender, and you pop the ball and lead them into space. You can't really lead a quick slant. A couple problems with the quick slant. You can't lead them into space because the routers run too flat. If you lead them into space, you're going to lead them right into a hook zone. You'll get popped. And because the route is so as flat as it is, you can't lead them up the field on the run either. This game really lacks a real high percentage, safe, rhythm, quick game. The quick game concepts, which are really, the most high percentage, safe, get your QB into a quick, easy rhythm concepts that you can run, in Madden, they're one of the most dangerous things that you can run. You can very easily run into baited user picks, picks by spies, run yourself into big hit fumbles, all kinds of stuff. That should have been a bigger run than it was. I got spin move itis on that one. If I just ran to the outside off my lineman up on the second level, I'd still be running. But every now and then we get spin move itis in this game. It's easy to do, and nice run, but it could have been much better. In this game, I play more under center than the previous game. I'm running, and again, these auto motion plays, too easy for users to cover multiple levels and too easy to see that coming. I don't know what my opponent was doing to this backer there, but I audible out of that and run a little bit of an ISO. But again, I formation and under center in general, you just don't have a lot to work with. And really to have an under center passing game that's functional and dynamic enough for you to use, you have to be able to run play action. Most of your major shot chunk plays in the real world come off of run action. You really don't see guys getting, 5-10 yards wide open on straight drop back on a regular basis, even in the college level, unless you just have a talent discrepancy or a play bust. Most of your chunk plays in the passing game comes off of getting linebackers to hesitate a step, and as a result of them having to honor the run, they vacate or they open up space in their zone drops behind them and in front of the safety. But in Madden, that does not exist because, again, you as a user, you can see the play fake coming and the play developing. And two, the AI defenders, they don't get influenced by ball fakes. And not only that, there's an excellent chance, especially under center, that your blocking will break down during the play fake sequence as well. So play action pass is a world of hurt. And honestly, I'm not quite sure what they can do to balance that. I mean, at this time of year, you have so many guys with play rec and awareness in the mid to high 90s that, logically you wouldn't expect them to be duped by play fakes very often. But, even outside of that, it doesn't matter if the defensive players have play rec and awareness in, the 50s. They don't get influenced by ball fakes in this game. How they can balance that and make play action effective without making it overpowered, I don't know. But hopefully it's one of those things that they can figure out down the road, because right now there's really no sense in running play action as it. There are some play action plays that do have good route concepts tied to them, but then it's an issue of whether those plays don't get you instant sacked or require you to run for your life, and that's really a trial and error process. It's not easy to do. So anyway, in this game I played a lot of single back doubles and single back wide trips. I really love the single back doubles and wide trips. If I could live in a one back offense most of the time, I'd do it. And the reason why I liked their single back doubles and wide trips in this playbook is because a lot of the concepts that you find in the shotgun version of their doubles and wide trips are mirrored in the under center version of those formations, which is logical. You'd think that'd be a logical thing, but most of these playbooks don't have that. You'd have either a useful Well, it's kind of hard not to have a useful shotgun doubles and wide trip set in it, but you'd find that their under center version of it isn't nearly as useful to use. On that, when I played flanker drive, or I did flanker drive, I changed the post route to a deep comeback because I knew he was in man one in that situation. Again, that kind of stuff I'll make a hot route for because it makes sense to do it in that scenario. Trying to run some power there. Not very successful doing it. And again, going through these plays in these strong I and I form normal formations, there's not a lot there. Most of those plays can't be run. And I was saying before, this would be a good area of the field to run some play action on first down. But as you can see, the only reason why this is going to work is because he run commits, and I have the guy running the post in the back of the end zone. If he hadn't run commit, if he didn't run commit, the defenders would have been just skating right on back into the zone drops because they know a pass is coming. They don't honor the run action. So here, this is my third game that I'm posting on this video. I'm running Deuce Close, and the Deuce Close version of Stick is actually pretty nice. They actually run the route sharply. And what happens, I'm able to make a nice, clean, quick read and get the ball out fast. And it's not a route running issue. Some of these stick concepts, the option route, stick route, they round the route off and round it off right into the underneath defender. They do all kinds of crazy things. Here we're in some 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Don't get a whole heck of a lot there. We get some falling forward animations by Christian McCaffrey, which he gets a lot of. I love Christian McCaffrey in this game, single back wing. You can run the ball pretty nicely, but what do people do when they see you under center in these type of sets? They do cross man their safety, which turns them into heat-seeking missiles, or they base a line and their corners don't get blocked when they get manned up. Again, very tough to function. This mesh spot play is nice. That spot route there, it breaks off at a deeper depth than it looks, and plus you have the post route behind it. I like to see the mesh concepts evolve more, where they sit versus zone and find space, and run versus man. They have that built-in option route logic. There are maybe 2 or 3 mesh plays in the entire game in which they do that. Well, there's more than 2 or 3, but there's not a lot. If there are 6, I'd be very surprised. And again, wide trips. You want to run quick slant, huh? This is what's going to happen. Can't lead them up in that space. Your best bet is to throw the ball low, and we get user strip fumbled. If you try to pass lead that, you'll pass lead him right into the defense. He should be running that slant route versus zone right into that vacated area, as opposed to just running flat, where all that traffic is waiting for him. But anyway, here we are back again in wide trips. Good formation, slot flood, curl flat, good stock plays as far as being able to get a vertical and horizontal stretch. I'm making sure I have the men ID'd who I want to ID, and again, read high-low, hit the flat route there. If he's playing hard flat, that out route will break free as well. So you just kind of make sure you want to get a good clean read, and you have to hold the ball longer than you would like in order to get that read, because again, how the defenders move, you don't want to throw that too soon and try to snap throw that. Stick angle, again, you see that stick route there, which is horrible. Bad option route logic. He had all kinds of space, but he breaks off his route in the spot where it obstructs you being able to throw to him. Just not good. Not good. I could have thrown the comeback there, but decided against it. I didn't want to risk, a bad ball trajectory throw, because that little hitch route there is useless. I'm going to try that play again. I want to hit McCaffrey. Again, you see the option route get rounded right into the defender's leverage, as opposed to playing off of it. I'm going to be able to hit the angle route anyway. That's the kind of stuff that cripples so many plays in these playbooks. Defenders are just, not defenders, but receivers are not spatially aware. They don't know how to find soft spots that get in zone coverage. They run into coverage as opposed to settling into space. Little inside zone action there. Still in wide trips. That Jet 6 drive play I like. Curl and goes okay with a hot route to change one of those guys into a flat read. Don't really love it stock. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check out of it, run inside zone. The curl routes are a little bit too close together when you run it stock. Again, light box, numbers in the box, just go ahead in there and run the sucker. Trade tight end offset. Again, level sail, you have stick, you have the slot wheel, 4 verts, play action cross. You have scat there, X under. Scat's not horrible. Not great. You got a bubble and a hitch route there. I'm doing play action bubble here. I think this is a guy who I can catch with it. Again, you got to be careful with these play action bubble screens. The play fake is slow and gives away the play, but he's not there to get over it, and I gained some nice yards there. I prefer the bubble screens that don't have the play action to it. But again, stuff like that you might be able to run once every couple of games or once a game against a good user. Same formation here. I'm going to run, curl flat into the boundary and pray. Pray that he's not using the trip side, and pray that I get a clean release on the inside stem there versus zone. I'd like to see him just stop there though. I like the inside stem versus zone and the outside stem versus man. But on the inside stem, once he's in space, just settle, show me your numbers, and catch the ball in space and don't run into a potential big hit stick. Here's just your obligatory, high point shot into the end zone, which you have to take. You just don't have a lot of red zone passing options other than, throw the ball high to one of your guys and hope they come down with it. And again, that's a result of not having a lot of horizontal stretches and quick game down there. Because down there you can't stretch the field vertically, so that's all you can really do. Feeling daring here, going to go with some pistol play action, and that held up pretty nicely. Didn't get instant sacked. Nice little flood concept there. I'm going to stay in it for a little while. I'll use this set again a little bit later on this drive or in this game. Split back, split slot here. This formation is terrible. Complete waste of formation. Every single one of these plays are universally awful. I'm going to try our good friend Quickspan again, just for kicks and giggles. You almost have to throw it blind. If you throw it too late, again, you're going to run into traffic and run into a user. And that one I threw low and was able to keep it from getting his head, kicked in. Again, these auto motions, can't use these very often. Again, they just lead you right into user defenders. A decent user defender is going to be able to sniff these out. I'm going to try some play action here, and really, my only read here is probably going to be either that flat route. If he sucks forward, maybe the second post route. That was a case of not really trusting the blocking to hold up, so I just delivered the outlet to the flat. Could have had a shot at the square, the second post route, but with Vic being left-handed, I just didn't want to, bother with the headache of that. Gun bunch is really nice. I like their gun bunch a lot. Gonna run flood here. And sideline flood concepts out of compression are deadly because, again, there's no box logic out of zone coverage to defend them and maintain leverage, so they lose leverage and space, and they just kind of float, and that happens. He was playing hard flat as well, so he was going to be in a world of hurt either way. He was playing cover 4 quarters and playing protect the sticks, which is blasphemous to your match quarters guru here. Gonna stay in gun bunch. Gonna run some HB base. Got the numbers, should work, provided a pulling lineman cooperates with me, which he does well enough for me to get outside and get some good yards there. This playbook does have more viable formations that you can use than most. It's really strong in that regard. Gonna play some weak eye here. Again, most of this is useless. Gonna run play action boot. Gonna have Vic play actioning to the strong side. So if you're gonna do that, that gives you your best chance. Make sure you're running your boot to the QB's proper side. But again, you're gonna see here, no defenders. Well, he zero blitzes here, so that's the only reason why I was able to get to the inside and get that touchdown pass. But again, no one buys play fakes. You have to hope that you catch your opponent in a bad play call, or he's over aggressive for this user and gets sucked into the line of scrimmage. So there you go. That's the Bengals. I am going to put it in the top 10. I think it's a top 10 playbook. You got quite a bit of formation variety, and as far as this game allows you to have formation variety and still have viable plays to use, and it just had a fun factor to it due to that. Even though doing this handicapped me a lot just by default, I didn't feel like I was scrounging the barrel trying to find something, anything to run. So there you go. I'm gonna put the Bengals here at number 10. I think it's gonna hold steady there. It's a solid top 10 playbook. And next up will be the Bills. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.